Hello everybody, and welcome to another Throne of Eldraine draft here on the channel. Before I dive in, I do want to remind you that if you enjoy the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, click that bell so you don't miss any future videos, and leave a comment in the comment section down below if you do have any questions or comments about the draft or the gameplay. If you would like to support the channel, you can do so by buying cards via the affiliate link when you are going to be buying cards. It's in the description, it's in the pinned comment. If you use that link, you're giving back to the channel, and I really do appreciate it. Also, if you would like to support the channel directly, you can join our Patreon. There are a ton of cool rewards, tons of cool things we're gonna get when as the Patreon grows. And if you want to become a part of that and support the channel, be sure to check that out. Patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. There's a link to that as well in the description and pinned comment. But without further ado, we're going to be diving in. They have updated the bots since my last draft, so we're going to see how things go. Not that it's going to change my drafting style at all, but that's just something to keep in mind. And we have opened a pretty strong pack here. This is Turn Into a Pumpkin is a pretty good uncommon. The thing with the castles is they have very marginal use. You don't usually have time to activate them in a normal game, so you don't take them super highly, but you will end up playing this if you are a blue deck a lot of the time. But of the uncommons, Turn Into a Pumpkin is the one that immediately comes to mind. It's just very good tempo play. You don't have to be heavy blue to play it. Draws you a card so it replaces itself, and really just a very strong option. Inspiring Veteran is a good card in the red-white aggro decks, but you don't want to really commit to a gold card this early. Occam Ranger is kind of underwhelming. It is playable, but you kind of want to have an extra reason to play it. So you want to be going wide. You want to have some sort of adventure payoff. So if you have an Edgewall Innkeeper or a Lucky Clover, you'll play Occam Ranger, but just on its own, it's kind of underwhelming. The 2/1/1s. You'll play it, but you're not going to take it super highly. In the common section, the best common by a pretty wide margin is this Out Muscle. This is the type of card that incentivizes you for being heavy green, and also is just a pretty good removal spell. And then after that, the commons fall down drastically. So here it's mostly between Turn Into a Pumpkin and Out Muscle. And I think I'm going to start with the Out Muscle. It's just a very strong removal spell. It does a lot of what green wants to be doing, and I do like drafting heavy green decks in the format. Not that Turn Into a Pumpkin is a bad card by any stretch of the means, but I do like trying to play green and experiment with different things. Okie doke, and following this up, we actually have a crazy pack here. There is a Clockwork Servant for if I wanted to stay very flexible and just know that this will make the cut in any deck I draft. There's also a Revenge of Ravens, which can single-handedly win you a game against the more aggressive decks. There's Archon of Absolution, which can just single-handedly beat white decks. I think that's a very close one with Revenge of Ravens because they kind of hose similar decks, but Revenge of Ravens is a little bit less fragile. What was the card I just passed? The first pick. Oh, it was a blue card. So neither of these cards are the same color as that blue card. I think green-black is a fun combination. It might be a little bit better than green-white. I'm not sure. I think both of these cards are enough more powerful than the Clockwork Servant that it's worth taking them over the Clockwork Servant. And then the commons are definitely all worse than Clockwork Servant here. The best common for me would probably be Rosethorn Acolyte just because it goes with the Out Muscle. But I would definitely take these three cards over that at this point. And I think I'm going to end up settling on the Revenge of Ravens. Archon is good, but it is a bit fragile, and it doesn't do that much if you're not against a white deck, whereas Revenge is always going to be semi-useful unless your opponent's playing Mill, because they're going to have to kill you with damage, and Revenge can definitely be a useful tool. So yeah, let's just take the Revenge of Ravens over the Clockwork Servant and over the Rosethorn Acolyte, see where it leads us. Holy heck. Sorry for whistling into the microphone right there, but these packs have been insane. This is a Deathless Knight, which in case you've never played with this card is incredibly annoying. It basically just hits you and hits you and hits you, and then even if you get rid of it, it comes back and just keeps hitting you, and definitely very annoying. There's also a Fierce Witchstalker, which is worse than Deathless Knight, but it is only one color, and they're both very good cards. So if I wanted to just commit more towards green and I didn't care as much, I could just take the Fierce Witchstalker. And then there's also an Edgewall Innkeeper, which is another great card for these potentially adventure-heavy green decks, potentially adventure-heavy black-green deck even. I think here I'm going to take the Deathless Knight. I think it's just a little bit more powerful than the Witchstalker, even though Witchstalker is quite good. And Edgewall Innkeeper is good in green-black, but it doesn't shine as much. It's a little bit more uncommon-based. You need to get those Foulmire Knights, those Order of Midnights, because it's harder to find adventure creatures in black. Because Midnight Reaper is way more expensive when you cast the Adventure Half. 2 Unveiled Treefolk is way more expensive. You kind of need the early white adventures if you want to be drafting an Edgewall Innkeeper deck. Maybe Deathless Knight isn't worth taking just because Fierce Witchstalker keeps me more flexible. I can just take the Fierce Witchstalker and then just move back towards the green deck, and I can ignore the black card. I'm actually going to go with that pick. I have changed Oh, but then if I do that, I could just take the Innkeeper. Oh man, this is a three-way. It's like a three-way little like. It shouldn't work the way with the transitive property. Like if this card's better than this card, then this card should be better than it. But like if I take the Deathless Knight over the Innkeeper, it's like saying if I'm going to be black-green, I'd rather have the Deathless Knight out of these cards probably. But if I want to be flexible, I would take the Fierce Witchstalker. But then Edgewall Innkeeper is not super flexible either because like you don't always really run it optimally in a lot of the decks. Okay, it's weird because the card that I feel like I should always take Innkeeper over Witchstalker in this spot just because it's a more flexible. It's like a more powerful card when it works out. And then Deathless Knight versus Innkeeper is really close because I do have a very strong basis already. So let's take the Deathless Knight and see what happens. But I could see either of those two cards working out and being correct. Okie doke. And difficult spot here. So we have a black card, a green card, a black card, and a black-green card. And now we're faced with the best card in the pack being a blue card. Like, even if I'd taken the Innkeeper, this card would not have been super great. There's also a Guide Mother, but I don't think Guide Mother is the correct pick over Fairy Vandal. There's also a Two-in-Veil Tree Folk, but you don't really need to prioritize those. A Barrow Witches sometimes works out. I think Fairy Vandal is probably the best card in the pack. Probably just worth taking because a Two-in-Veil Tree Folk is not the type of thing you miss a lot of the time. But yeah, let's just take the Fairy Vandal, see what happens. We're still early in the draft. We can still go a lot of directions. Now, Sorcerer's Broom really appeals to me because if I'm going to end up in a black-green deck, this card can do quite well in that food deck. There's a Malevolent Noble, which I can maybe get that type of card later. The Forever Young. I'm just going to take the Sorcerer's Broom. It's going to make my deck no matter what. My deck is a bit all over the place right now. And, so there's a Malevolent Noble, but I don't think Malevolent Noble or Jousting Dummy is as good as a Rose Thorn Acolyte, especially if I'm going to be kind of a grindier deck. Cares about the mana, cares about colors a little bit. Shambling Suit's alright, but I think we're just going to take the Rose Thorn Acolyte over the Jousting Dummy. I do have the Out Muscle, which makes me want to be heavier green, so I prioritize the green card. But yeah, let's just take the Rose Thorn Acolyte. And now there's a Lochthwain Paladin, kind of makes you feel a little silly for taking a couple heavy green cards, but we're just going to... I don't think the Lochthwain Paladin's that good, but if we get a super strong, like, bomb, and we play against Mill, maybe we would want a Cauldron's Gift. I don't know. We're not going to be playing white at this point, I don't think. Though, I guess just outflank. I don't really think Cauldron's Gift is super playable. Yeah, let's just take the outflank, I guess. And pick 8. So this is the first pack of what wheeled. Cauldron's Gift came back. Not really a huge amount of signaling. I guess we could just take a Weaselback Redcap, because that's just the best card in the pack, I think. And now there's a Garenberg Squire, there's a Wildwood Tracker, there's a Prized Griffin, there's another Weaselback Redcap. Jeez, this pack is not great. Let's take another Redcap, maybe. Festive Funeral, Lonesome Unicorn, Drawbridge. Drawbridge isn't great, but you'll sometimes play it if you have some like big beaters. So let's just take this. Actually, let's just take the Lonesome Unicorn. Leave ourselves more flexible. Gingerbread Cabin if we end up super heavy into green, which isn't looking super likely, or we could just take a Raging Redcap. We are seeing a bit of red signaling. Two-in-Veil Treefolk came back. That's nice. There's also a Gingerbrute. I think we're just going to take the Two-in-Veil Treefolk. Though it works really well with the Rose Thorn Acolyte. We are seeing the pieces for a red deck, though, coming together, like a red-white deck. But we're just going to take the Two-in-Veil Treefolk. It's probably going to make our cut no matter what we end up doing. Because I think we're going to be green. And there is a Sir Conrad, one of the best uncommons, and it works with our black-green deck. So I think at this point we're just going to commit to black-green. It may not be the most open combination, but we have enough good cards in the deck. Deathless Knight, Revenge of Ravens, Outmuscle, that we can just build a deck around those strong cards and then fill in the pieces that we need. After that, I think we would probably take Bacon to a Pie, and then Garenberg Paladin, and then Scalding Cauldron, but Sir Conrad by a mile here. And Reeve Soul, nice, a nice removal spell. We'll definitely be taking that over the Rose Thorn Acolyte and over the Kenrith's Transformation. And over the Scorching Dragonfire for sure. We're definitely finding some cards that we need here. Malevolent Noble is a nice little addition. It does make our mana a little bit tricky, what with having like 2 drops of both colors and then Outmuscle and stuff, but our mana is not going to be the best in this deck, but we do have Rose Thorn to help with that, so Malevolent Noble also works well with Sorcerer's Broom, so we'll work it out. We can pick up a Barrow Witches. I really prioritize one copy of Barrow Witches when I have Sir Conrad. It doesn't really work with Deathless Knight or really any of my other cards. But getting a Barrow Witches is a priority. And the 2 Unveiled Treefolk wheeled last time, so I think we'll just take a Barrow Witches and then see if we can get back that 2 Unveiled Treefolk. Curious Pair is a nice addition to this type of deck. We're going to want a little bit of food to go with our Deathless Knight. We are black-green, so we might get more food synergies. We have a Sorcerer's Broom to go with the food. And overall, I think that's enough to make Curious Pair better than the Jousting Dummy and the Ginger Brute. Giant Opportunity. So Giant Opportunity really does have some potential if you can build your deck to get foods early. Getting a 7/7 is a real payoff, especially because you can oftentimes double spell. But I'm not sure if it's worth taking over just a Jousting Dummy. It's probably high enough upside to be worth taking. Yeah, let's just take it. It's also a really cool card to get to play with. And we do get a Jousting Dummy anyway. There's a Smitten Swordmaster as well, which maybe is just better. I kind of forgot this card when I was thinking about Edgewell Innkeeper Adventures, not going to lie. Because I don't get to play with it a ton for some reason. I don't think we want another Barrow, which is between Jousting Dummy and the Swordmaster here. We're not going to be having enough green to play the cabin. We might already have a cabin. No, we do not. But I think between the Swordmaster and the Dummy, it's close. But I think we're going to take the... we'll take the Swordmaster. It also just... I almost forgot it had lifelink, but it also just works really well with Deathless Knight getting that back. So take the Swordmaster here. Now we get a Foreboding Fruit. Get a little bit of extra value in our deck. Things are coming together. Festive Funeral might make the cut depending on how things shape up. We could play Crashing Drawbridge in some alternate universe. Wow, late Ferocity of the Wilds. That card's a little bit better than it looks like, I think. Wolf's Quarry is sometimes playable. The 2 Unveiled Treefolk do not wheel. Fell the Pheasant can sometimes be main deckable, though. Whoo! Ho 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 ho! Bognaughty in our potentially black-green food deck. We do need to get some more food payoffs, but we have potentially one food. This is a food. A couple of foods. Wolf's Quarry could maybe get played. I think we'll take a Bognaughty here. Maybe we'll wheel a Jousting Dummy, get another 2-drop. Yeah, nice. Nice addition to the squad. And now Okame Range Adversary is just a very strong green uncommon. This deck is coming together. Scalding Cauldron's like okay removal, but definitely getting the Okame. We're not really in a Surfarian deck. Our deck doesn't have a heavy green. It doesn't have an aggressive component. It doesn't have any combat tricks. So I think I'd rather just take... Let's see, how does Wicked Guardian line up? Really badly. We have a couple 2/3s. This card is really not great. I think we'll just take the Signpost Scarecrow, help our mana out a little bit. For this Outmuscle, for some of our double black cards, for the Foreboding Fruit. I think running a Signpost would not be the end of the world. And, geez, we are running short here. Not that this pack has any all-stars in it, but I don't know, this is not great. We could play another Wolf's Quarry, just get that food rolling. I think that's my pick, probably. I don't really want a Festive Funeral. I don't want another Signpost Scarecrow. Multiple Wolf's Quarries, probably not making the cut, though. Just going to take a Gingerbread here, I think. Sometimes you just need a way to chip through damage. It is also a food for when that is sometimes relevant. That was a late Sage of Falls. Huh. So this pick, there's a Heraldic Banner, which doesn't really work with my cards that well at all. There's a Merrileaf Rider as like a kind of like food utilizing green creature, but we don't really want to use our food on that. There's a Rosethorn Halberd to go with the Gingerbrute. And not really much else. A lot of these are humans. There's also just another Swordmaster. Probably just going to take that. Smitten Swordmaster is just a pretty solid card. Works well with the Treefolk. Heraldic Banner doesn't really have a home in this deck because we just have stuff of too many different colors, but I like getting a Swordmaster. They work pretty decently in multiples. And now a Scalding Cauldron just to get that extra removal spell. Whoa, Okame Ranger coming pretty late, but we'll just get him in Malevolent Noble. Solid 2-drop, another 2-drop in the form of Jousting Dummy. I think Lost Legion is going to be hard to cast in this deck. Maybe not. How many 3-drops do we have? 1, 2. How many 2-drops? 1, 2. Yeah, and we're going to be heavier black than green. So yeah, let's just take the Lost Legion. It's a pretty solid card. I guess we'll just get a Lash of Thorns. So this deck ended up pretty solid. Like, I'd say it's like an okay deck. We'll probably run 18 lands, like 9/9 like 10/8 mana base or something. Let's see. We don't really have any other black cards we want to run. We didn't really get enough foods for the giant opportunity to work out. So let's see what our deck looks like. We're at, with 17 lands, this is our current configuration. I think Wolf's Quarry #1 is actually quite solid in this deck, because we do need some food generation. I almost forgot how stupid Revenge of Ravens is with Deathless Knight. That should have definitely been a factor in that choice, because every time they attack you, you get back Deathless Knight, which is just insane. Together they make an impassable wall, pretty much. 6/2 drops, pretty good. Lots of sacrifice things. I like the Gingerbread to just chip through individual points of damage to get them low for my purpose of Revenge of Ravens and stuff. It's also a food I can sacrifice for various uses. So I could run a main deck Fell the Pheasant, which I'm not a huge fan of. I could run a Festive Funeral, which I'm also not a huge fan of. I could run I wouldn't want a Crashing Drawbridge. I don't want a second Signpost Scarecrow. I could run a second Wolf's Quarry, which honestly is not the worst, because I do have, again, I have a decent amount of uses for those types of things. I have ways to sacrifice both halves. Yeah, let's run a second Wolf's Quarry over a giant opportunity. We don't have enough food for giant opportunity. And we're going to run 18 lands, so we want extra 6 drops, which is not something you say very often. I think it's better than Fell the Pheasant and Festive Funeral. Oh, maybe I do want, and maybe I just add an extra land. I don't need to add this card. I think I do want 18 lands in this deck, though. I have a little bit of card draw. I have some decent mana sinks. Yeah, so I think we're going to run 10/8 mana base in this deck. So what would I want to cut? Maybe I do just cut Signpost Scarecrow. That card is always underwhelming for me, pretty much. Yeah, let's just add land, add a swamp to the deck. And now our deck is basically complete. Let's look at our color requirements. Yeah, 12/8, so 10/8 mana base makes sense. That's going to do it for the deck. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the matches. Hello, and welcome to round 1. We're going to keep this hand. Okay, we'll lead with the forest. It's not an insane hand, but 2-drop, 3-drop, really hard to go wrong. Oh my gosh. Ye old beloved princess. We'll see how this goes. Smitten Swordmaster is clearly smitten with the beloved princess. Okay, drawing 2 lands was far from ideal, shall we say. We do use lands relatively effectively. We'll probably Reef Soul the Arden Veil Tactician. Looks like they're mono white. We don't really do well against flyers in our deck. And this card's basically a blank. If we kill this, we get to hit him with the Swordmaster too. Now the real question is, do I attack with this? I think so. There is not really a ton of tricks in white that I'm afraid of. But this is a 2-point life swing, there's a 2-point life swing. I guess it's probably better for me to wait because my deck's more defensive. And I probably win the late game against mono white. I want to wait so I can draw some relative spells. Relevant, I mean. Oh, that's a relevant spell. Get wrecked. Time for the pigs. The old 3 little pigs. Sometimes you just need a 6-drop to be able to spend your mana. Okay. And no attacks. We are flooding out. We'll be fine. We're 1 Bognaughty from greatness. They can make this indestructible. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so we need to draw one of our good spells, like our Deathless Knight. Yeah, I don't really care about this thing, to be quite honest. Like, sure, if they pump a bunch of mana into it, it's kind of annoying, but... yeah, they can just hit us for 5 a couple times. Eventually we can chump with our boars. Once we draw Bognaughty, the game's over, so... that's some nice upside. Land ho on the old free-to-play account. Nice. On the horizon. Do. I'll just take 5 again. I'm not 100% certain what I put in this deck at this point. I've drafted it yesterday. Actually, maybe even the day before. Jeez. I've had a busy schedule. That's the cool part about recording, though, is you can play the deck the day after. Land is good because it lets me cast my spells. I'm afraid of Ardenvale Tactician tapping my guys. We actually are going to block because now we don't want Guide Mother to kill us. So opponent's color screwed maybe? Oh. Opponent. Unfortunately, this isn't insane or anything. I kind of want to just have my lands in play, so if I draw, like... I guess I don't really have any card draw. I don't know. There's no reason to hold the land. If they have a swamp, they might have, like, a discard spell or something. Oh. This is actually a pretty nice attack. Punished. Dang, Max punished. That's brutal. Ouch. I wanted them to fear a combat trick. Get on my level! Ah! Let's go. So if we sacrifice this, it means they don't get the life. Haha! This time the advantage is mine. Oh. Yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, that's brutal. I can't sacrifice it. Feels bad, man. Oh, the wreckage. When we win this game, it's going to be kind of crazy because we've just drawn basically nothing. We'll sacrifice the Curious Pair because it's like a 1/3. It doesn't really do much on this board. But we'll keep our 2 powered creatures around because those can deal with the Beloved Princess. Oh no. We're going to sack a food. Getting him to a 5/5 is intimidating for the purposes of the Resolute Rider. Once we draw our Bognaughty, then you'll be sorry. We can sack up to 4 things here. Like if they have a Silver Flame Squire. Why would it tap me out of both my black? I guess it doesn't really matter at all. I don't want to sacrifice too many foods because each food is an extra turn. I can get attacked by the prized griffin. Sure, now I have to sacrifice 2 more things. We're going to sacrifice a Swordmaster. Because an extra turn against Griffin can be really relevant. It's a whole extra draw step. Sure. Sometimes land's what you need. This is not good in terms of drawing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's bad. Yikes. Okay, so we'll take 7. Yeah, there's no way we win this game, but I guess we'll just draw our next card. I don't blame our deck, really, or our plays. There was just a couple too many lands here for us to really win this game. Well, that's unfortunate. Yikes. Oh, yikes. Hello, and welcome to round 2. This hand is great. It's great. Whoa, my cat stayed the same color that I kept it the first time. Oh, that's actually such a huge update. Let's just keep it green and see what happens. If it stays green for next round 2. Whoa. It's covered by my face cam, so you didn't even see what I was talking about, but big game here. Hopefully we draw 4 so we can trigger our out muscle adamant. We're definitely fine trading these off. There's no way they block here. La da da da. Mana ramp. Let's go. Huh. Playing against... Oh, I thought the username was Justice. Okay. Right on schedule. Definitely just going to get the Okame into play. Okame is pretty good without muscle, especially if we can give it indestructible. So we'll be looking for the old forest off the top. Oh my gosh. That is insane. If only we could give this indestructible, but I think we're just going to outmuscle because it's the most mana efficient. We don't want to trade our 3/4 Death Touch for their 3/2. Sir Kara is out of here. Sorry. I'm in a sports commentating mood right now. I don't know. Hey, you are out of here. This is not a knight, right? It is a warrior. The difference between warriors and knights always kind of bugged me. I don't know why. Huh. Just chilling out, playing some Magic. Trying to get the W. Okay. We're just gonna quickly test the waters on a Silver Flame Squire. Okay. Waters have been sufficiently tested. Attack mode engaged. Oh no. Oh, the next level plays. Yikes. Well, I thought they would have had the Silver Flame if I had checked the waters there, but they next leveled me. That was a good play. They knew killing O'Kane was a higher priority. This is where Gingerbrute gets kind of scary. Ah, the raging Redcap, my old apprentice. Okay. Full control. Whoopsie daisies, meant to attack with this guy. Definitely going to sack the Sword Master, because we can get it back. This is why I meant to attack with the Gingerbrute. I even went into full control mode, but I done messed up, as they say. In the colloquialist of terms, I done messed that up. Making this guy into a 3/3 has other benefits. I like how they just copied Hodor with this card. I just realized that. I just made that connection in my head. But this is totally Hodor. Hodor was not a malevolent noble, though. Let's hold the door! Hold the door! Hodor. If you haven't seen Game of Thrones, that is a Game of Thrones reference. Maybe this isn't a Game of Thrones reference, it's just a coincidence, but there are no accidents, as Master Oogway would say. Okay. Okey-doke. So this is a good time to play my Wolf's Quarry. Let's see if they block. I think they're just supposed to take 3 here. What? Sure, I'll sacrifice the Gingerbread Man to kill 2 of your guys. Yeah, interesting. I mean, obviously they don't know what's in my hand, so yeah, that play is probably okay. Okay, Archon. We're going to get this guy into play because he shuts down the Raging Redcap, even though getting the 3 little pigs is technically more mana efficient. Oh my word. Those were annoying top decks, to say the least. Oh yes, Bognaughty, you beautiful, beautiful beast. Okay, so if I pay 2 to attack them down to 4... No, they'll double block, but then I kill their Archon. I think this is worth paying. Oh, we got him at 1. Oh, man. We have 3 mana. Oh, no. Just whiff, opponent. No. Don't kill me. So if I attack with both, they go to 2, and then they don't die. What if I just attack them down to 1? So we get some extra draining in. Because gaining 2 life and putting them down to 2 means any of these guys are lethal. Ah! They're attacking me. That's a terrible sign. That is a terrible sign. No, that's Searing Barrage. Oh no, we lost. Sad days in the old El Royale. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh, exact damage too. And they're, oh my god, they top decked so well. This lucky, oh my gosh, they drew Archon into Searing Barrage, or maybe they drew a land in there somewhere, but those were good draws. Oh my gosh. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Rats. We were 1 point off, too. Because if we could have attacked with our Lost Legion... Wait. Yeah, we were 1 mana off. Because if we could have attacked with our Lost Legion that turn, we could have played Smitten Swordmaster and drained them, and they would have been dead no matter what they had. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Well, sometimes it happens. Hello, and welcome to round 3. We did make 1 change to the deck. We cut a Wolf's Quarry for a Fell the Pheasant, because we keep getting wrecked by flyers. Very results-oriented, but I think it might just been a flaw with the deck. On the play, this hand is sketchy, and I think it is a mulligan. We have 6-drop, 5-drop, expensive cards, 2-drop we can't cast. This hand is far superior, and we will get rid of... Geez, what do we even get rid of? I kind of want to get rid of Sir Conrad. We have Broom. Getting rid of the Fort of the... I'm tempted to get rid of Broom. I think we're just going to get rid of Sir Conrad, which just seems weird, but we don't have the lands to support it. I don't know. That's crazy. All these cards are so good. We kind of just need the 2-drop, though. And we definitely need to keep our lands here. Oh, Improbable Alliance. Sir Conrad would have been good this game. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say it. He resolves. Let's go. We can't afford to play around a counterspell there. Maybe we should have led with the Deathless Knight, but... Wow. Our opponent has done stone cold nothing. That's what I like to see. Gonna play the Ginger Brute. Gotta use our mana more effectively, as they say. Yeah, this game could be over. Oh, no, the cat reset. Oh, the cat reset. Oh, that's a bad sign. Well, game over. We did it. Actually, no, we can't target this. Oh, yes, we can. Yes, we can. La da 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 do da da dee dum. We can burn them out with foreboding fruit, even if it gives them a fairy, because it's hilarious. Okay. Get your fairy. Get your fairy, young sir. Oh, we didn't get to burn them out, but we had that option available. We are on the board and heading into round 4. Hello and welcome to round 4. We have a easy keep here on the play. 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop, 6-drop. I can see it in my future now. The curve out is real. Oh, it's happening. It is happening. This thing can be bought back by this. If they do so tiny it, we could sacrifice it with one of our malevolent nobles. Ah, a corridor monitor. What a classic situation. Oh, Sir Conrad is good against Blue decks. Blue decks can't kill Sir Conrad. Can't fly over it. Can't go around it. You gotta go through it. Don't know why that came to mind, but it did. We'll just bait out their counterspell. They can only have so many counterspells, and we want Sir Conrad to resolve really badly. Because their only answer is Frogify. So unless they're planning on turning this into a frog, we are fine. It is now the tiniest Oakham adversary. A 0/3 Death Touch creature. Why would they give a Death Touch creature 0 power? No! Okay, now we're going to have to play this a little bit slower. Because if Sir Conrad resolves, we win the game. And they have a counterspell based on their timing on this. Ah, yes. That's what's known as the old switcheroo. And they milled 3 lands. What a play. Ah, the inquisitive puppet. He's curious about the ways of the world. Oh, yes, young opponent. So naive in the ways of the world. I was merely taunting you with my previous play. Have fun with your did not say please. Sir Conrad welcomes you. Oh, that's so rough. Their Vantress Paladin can attack us, but then we can just start hitting him with Sir Conrad. Oh my gosh, that's disgusting. Well, if they counter this, they do mill some stuff. And then we can Barrow Witches it back, if need be. No! Well, shucks. Next turn we can attack in with Swordmaster to suicide, but I think... Oh, no, I should have done that. No, I can get back up at Lost Legion or something a little bit better, maybe. Or I can just save this to get back Sir Conrad. I like that even better. I think I'm just going to play Wolf's Quarry. Oh, no. I will activate Sir Conrad for sure. 100%. They have 25 in library, I have 19. Definitely a solid option. When this thing dies, if they exile it, I don't have to... Oh, milling 2 creatures. What skill? What prowess? And when this thing takes a creature, I could just do another damage. I think I might just get back another Smitten Swordmaster. Well, that's a good draw. I think I'm going to get back the Swordmaster, because then I get the Deathless Knight when I use the adventure mode. Sending in for 5. And then I think I'll get Malevolent Noble into play. Actually, I think getting back... No, I can do that next turn. This is just more mana efficient, gets this guy into play so I can sack the Occam Adversary. I would be a little bit unhappy if the Smitten Swordmaster got countered, but I mean, we have other options. A crashing drawbridge, you don't say? A Mantle of Tides. I feel like I played against this opponent before. Like, this deck is looking very familiar. Oh, the Fell the Pheasant tech! Oh, yes. Nobody knows the troubles I've seen. And it leaves the graveyard so it does an extra point of damage. What a brilliant play. I never doubted it for a second. Da-da-do-da-do. Oh, yes, this Fell the Pheasant was so clutch. Oh, yes. We shall end the turn. Fell the Pheasant this. Hold up Malevolent Noble. Sorry for coughing into the mic. Oh dear. Yikes. Nine, 12. So we'll definitely block there to absorb 3. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 exactly. We definitely went on the crack back though, so might as well block there. Then we'll fell the old pheasant. Pip, pip, and cheerio. Boom! I think they were dead anyway. We were going to go to 14, then take 9, 10, 11, 12. I guess never mind. 15? No, we weren't going to take 9, though. We were only going to take 5. So we take 5, 8, 10, 11. So we were definitely going to win either way. But nice to have some insurance. And we have got the record back to 2-2. After a rough start, we are back to our winning ways. Hello, and welcome to round 5. We are playing against the number 183 Mythic player. So this person has played a lot of the format, because that's how you get to Mythic. Also, by winning a decent amount. Oh, they are on the mono green deck. Hopefully 3-drop into 4-drop is fast enough on the draw. It's a little unfortunate that we're on the draw, because if we were on the play, 3-drop into 4-drop would almost definitely be fast enough. Oh, a 2-color deck. Oh, we are in bad shape, I think. Oh my gosh, of course. Revenge of Ravens shall be our savior. If we draw a 2-drop right here, that would be huge. No, Sir Conrad, where have my, oh my gosh. Smitten Swordmaster would have been, mwah, perfect. But, oh my gosh, why me? Why do I always face these things on the draw? I could not just catch a break. Oh my gosh. If I was on the play, I would have been fast enough, I think. I think we have to keep the life linking. I'm feeling bad about this. Come on. So this, oh my gosh, just so brutal. I die. Good game. Could I just once be on the play against this deck? Every time I face this deck, I'm on the draw. It's so dumb. And I always play it and just get completely stomped because I just, like, happen to have a bad draw against it. Like, if I had a 2-drop, this game would have been, like, I would have crushed him, I think. Or if they didn't have Ferocity. But, oh my gosh, what was that start? Holy heck. That has got to be, oh my gosh, one of the best starts I've ever played. Our variance in this draft was so bad. Like, all of our losses were just like, what just happened? Like, we lost the one against the person that, like, where he drew just infinite lands. I don't even remember our second loss, but I don't think it was particularly close. Yeah. Oh, no, it was the Searing Barrage right off the top where they just top-decked perfectly, and then this one. Rough. Well, that is going to do it for this draft video. Remember, don't be too results-oriented. I think the deck was definitely good. We just stumbled into some tough opponents with excellent draws, or we just drew badly. Make sure you don't, like, just chalk up a bad deck. You're like, oh, the deck didn't do well, it was bad. I think the deck was actually quite good. That is going to do it for this video. If you did make it all the way to the end, in the comment section down below, leave a hashtag variance to let me know you made it all the way till the end of the draft. Remember to hit that thumbs up button if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel to join our community here on YouTube. Click that bell so you don't miss any future videos. Leave a comment if you do have any questions or concerns. And if you would like to give back to the channel, be sure to buy cards using the link in the description down below. It is an affiliate link, so I get some of the proceeds. And if you want to get back to the channel directly, you can just do it via the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. You get tons of cool rewards, and you get that warm, fuzzy feeling inside of knowing you are helping me continue to make more videos. Also, when our Patreon, as the Patreon grows, it unlocks more cool rewards for everybody. So, if you would like to see some of those things happen, be sure to check out the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. One of those rewards is being put in the credits, so I thank you all, my patrons that support me at the credits level and all levels. I really do appreciate your support. That is going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time.